Hello everyone, I'm Erica.
And I'm Akilah.
Welcome to HeartsChat. So tonight we're going to continue our college series, our back to school college series, and we're talking about peer pressure tonight, which is a really, really big one. Mm-hmm. But before we get into that, we're doing our check-in as usual. So Akilah, I'll start. What's going on?
Well, actually it's a pretty exciting time in my life. I'm really feel like I'm getting all these new job opportunities and all these new things that I'm starting to do, and it's just like kind of exploding, and I'm kind of like, this is what I've been waiting for, but then on the other hand I'm like, oh my god, I have all these things to do, so I have to really start putting myself on strict deadlines for things, because there are no deadlines for anything. So it's like, okay, you need to get this done, you need to get that done, you need to get that done, how are you going to work this out?
Well, congratulations, that's really nice you got the opportunities.
Thank you. It comes at a time where I'm kind of like struggling in terms of going back to school, because since I was a little thing, I wanted to be a doctor. So meaning
PhD.
Yes, PhD. So it's kind of like, okay, go back. But right now I don't have the time because there's so many more exciting paying opportunities that it's just that internal struggle, like, okay, it's okay. You don't have to go back right now. You can go back later when you're financially secure. Right. So that's what I've been up to. How about you, Erica?
Me, it's sort of the same thing. Ironically. Yeah, I have been planning to move and transition and looking for a new job. So I've had different opportunities and some interviews coming up. So I'm looking, to do that. And it just seems the same thing. There's opportunities over here, opportunities over there. Where do I want to go? But it's definitely, I think, a good place to be in. And it's just that point in our life where we have to decide.
Yep.
I have this, because sometimes you just have this. Okay, so I'm going to do that.
Yes.
When you have this and you have that, okay, which way am I going to go? I have to make a decision. I have to pick. So I'm looking forward to it. I feel really positive and confident about it. And like you said, doing things later, when you can, and setting deadlines for things, because, there is no deadline, just having this is my day to do that.
Yeah.
Like now, tomorrow is my day to do some other things that I got to do.
Yes.
And I've just been networking, connecting with people that I know, connect with people that they know, and, working it that way, try to do what's best for, myself.
100%.
Yeah. So, speaking of doing what's best for yourself.
It always turns out, for whatever we say, we don't plan this.
No.
It just segues really well. So.
Yeah. I think we could probably make a segue for anything.
Yes.
We could probably make it fit.
Probably right.
So doing what's best for yourself. We're getting into our topic of peer pressure in college.
Yes.
So, the first things I think about peer pressure in college, I think about substances like alcohol and smoking, or other types of drugs. And I think about sexual activity. Yeah. Those are things that I think about when I think about peer pressure in school, because I think those are like the top things, and most people encounter at some point, being in a situation where you have the opportunity to try it.
Yes.
Or do it. Maybe it's there, but nobody said anything to you about it, but maybe you feel like you should. Or it was somebody asked you or told you or said you should, because you're in college.
Yeah.
You're an adult, you're grown, you're 18, or, whatever the case is.
Oh, yeah. Peer pressure is a huge thing in college, because now, there's peer pressure obviously in high school, but you have, you're thinking about, okay, what are my parents I can get in trouble. There's consequences. And obviously over 18 in college there's consequences. But it's a little bit different because it's not right there in front of your face. Your parents aren't there. You have campus police, but if you're in your dorm, there's ways around things. So it's the peer pressure is there. Everything's just there. It's open. It's kind of a free-for-all if you haven't really built up like we were saying before, that willpower, that kind of who you are.
Right.
In terms of dealing with these things.
I think it can be really scary Because like you said, you have that freedom where I can do this and get away with it. And my mom won't know. My dad won't, my grandma's not going to know. Whoever, I'm not going to be held accountable for that. But that's scary because you might get carried away.
Yes.
And somebody can get hurt in the process. And if you're at home, you might say, I can go ask my cool uncle or my cool aunt, for help with this. But if you're away, who are you going to ask for help?
Yeah.
And you might try and deal with it on your own. And somebody can get really hurt in the process. Rather, they overdose, or they have alcohol poisoning, or they have an STD. And I'm not trying to scare everybody. Yeah. But I'm just saying, this stuff, I watch too much Lifetime. But it can definitely happen.
Oh, yeah. Those things are built out of things that have happened. Mm-hmm. So all these things are real. It's just about being safe. Because there's the other side of this, like, yes, there's peer pressure, but then there's people who just want to do it because they want to do it. There's nobody there's nobody pressuring them to do it. Mm-hmm. So,
you can get arrested.
Yeah, you could get arrested. So it's really about being comfortable saying no or being safe with whatever you're doing.
Mm-hmm. So that goes back again to being your own person and being an individual.
Yes.
You have to think about your life, in your future, not that this person's going to be upset with me, this person won't be my friend, they won't think I'm this, or I'm an adult, I can do this, Mm-hmm. Really be mindful of your morals and your core values that you learn. If this is against, your core values, mm-hmm. Don't do that, because you have to stay true to yourself.
Exactly.
So I think it's really cool to write letters to yourself, and write things that you want to do in your future, and write, being able to stay true to who you are and the kind of person you are, and pulling that out, every now and then. Rather you did it, because I know people do that in school sometimes, but you're a freshman, even if you're a senior,
start as senior.
Start it and write a letter to yourself of, who you want to be, and remind yourself of that, it's okay to say no. And when you get in situations, like if you're in a bind, pull a letter out. Mm-hmm. And remind yourself.
That's 100%, because there will be plenty of opportunities for that. And if you have something to remind yourself or someone to hold you accountable, because what we always talk about, it's easier for you to make a decision, mm-hmm. Whether you want to or not.
Mm-hmm. I think it's also good to have somebody to talk to. Have somebody that you trust, you can confide in, let them know, what's going on, and throw some ideas by them, because they may have gone through this mm-hmm. before, or they could be going through it right now.
Yeah.
So being able to relate, because I know there's certain things about myself that I went to school. I'll just say, I didn't have a boyfriend when I went to college. I had never had a boyfriend in my life. Mm-hmm. And I thought I was going to go into college and be the only one who had never had a boyfriend before.
Yeah.
And I felt like, well, I need to get one. It's like what you're supposed to do in college.
You'll be married by the end of it.
I know. But I didn't. I didn't even have a boyfriend until my senior year. And that was it. But, I met a girl, at school, and I happened to mention it, I never had a boyfriend before. And she was like, oh my gosh, me either. And
so you start to relate.
Yeah, and she felt the same way, that she thought she was going to be the only one and all this stuff, So it's just a matter of finding people that, are similar or have things in common with you. Because everybody, it's different. Because me and her, we're very different people. But we did have that thing in common, and we were able to, bond over that. And it helped me not to feel like an outcast so much.
And I always say, you're never really the only one who mm-hmm. goes through something. It's really weird. It could be like the weirdest thing, but you can find someone you're like, oh, mm-hmm. me too.
Yep.
And it just helps you, like Erica said, get over that fear of feeling like an outcast, of being lonely, or all these other things that are going through your mind.
Exactly. So, I think we should wrap it up there. I think we kind of said everything. All right, so Akilah, do you have any final tips for some of our college students, or even some parents that are listening that want to take some of these tips and share them?
In terms of peer pressure, and for parents, just, acknowledge, have these conversations with your teen. Acknowledge that there are these things that are going to be presented to them, that are going to be available to them, and kind of how you would navigate it. It's a lot of times parents would be like, don't do it, don't do that. But mm-hmm. that's not going to help, Mm-hmm. It's not going to say, that might push them to do it more.
Exactly. So, exactly.
We're like, oh, don't do
Truly.
it. Now time to do it. No. But, right. It'll, having the real conversations with them, I know this is available. I know this is what's out there. How can we navigate it? If mm-hmm. you're going to do it, be safe. Don't be afraid to talk to me. If you're not going to do it, that's fine. Be safe. Don't be afraid to talk to me. Because when we say, don't do something or you're going to get in trouble for it, that's just going to make them not want to talk to you about anything and probably want to do it more. Yeah. So
I think it helps when you're relatable.
Exactly.
Because if you're like, don't do this and don't do that, sometimes you can come across as, oh, well, you're perfect and you never did this and you've never been in my situation and I have pressure and you don't understand that. Maybe share a time, when you experienced it, so they know, I had times when this happened too and blah, blah, blah. And share your regrets,
Exactly.
Be vulnerable. Share, your fears and things like that. Like, don't be ashamed of it. And that will encourage them to talk to you about more stuff that they might be ashamed to talk about.
Exactly. 100%. So,
sometimes you have to role model that.
I agree.
All right. Well, I think those were good tips.
All right. Cool.
So we have one more college series, back to school college series coming up, and I guess we'll give that to you the next time we're on. So we'll catch you next time.
Bye. Thank you so much for listening to HeartsChat today, where we speak from the heart. We hope that you enjoyed our show. Catch us every Sunday and Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our YouTube channel and on our website, which is HeartsChatRadioshow.com. Be sure to follow us on our social media pages at HeartsChat Radio on Instagram and at HeartsChat on Twitter, Facebook, and Periscope.
We love to hear from you. If you have any comments or questions or topics that you want to hear about, you can email us at HeartsChat@HeartsChatRadioshow.com. And for all of your personal relationship questions, please visit my blog from ericasheart.com. Thank you for listening to HeartsChat, where we speak from the heart. Wow.